Let's see. All right. What's going on? 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 Whoa, whoa. What's going on? What's going on? How you doing? How you flowing? Got this special energized rendition for you. You're doing it. Well, it's a powerful time. I know I always say it, but my goodness. Whew. Such revelations happening. How you doing out there? Welcome to our Wednesday circle. And we're going to really, since it's such a high power time, I just said, hey, let me just surrender. I do know that we want to cultivate our nervous system to navigate this high energy time and create the labels that we want to describe our experience with. There are many labels flowing about what's going on, whether you are in the financial aspect of our society, our global society, or the political aspect, or the health administration aspect, or what it is to simply be at peace inside this body. As I asked, I got to say, I think I started my survey probably about 2 years into my tenure as a spiritual counselor at Passages and Addiction Treatment Center. And I would ask that question: what is it you need so you can take care of yourself and you will never need a treatment center or to be in an addictive pattern again? What would it be? What could you have that would allow that state of living, that state of existence? And I thought it would be love, truly. I thought it would be self-love, or to be loved, or to be in love. It was, can you guess? Peace of mind. I thought that was interesting. But as I have been contemplating the results from that survey, I was just thinking the conditions that sets up peace, and then what causes us to go into a particular types of activities that sets up that peace and allows the conditions for peace to be experienced. And then it started to really make sense, because now you're really moving into a state of consciousness where it's no longer about what's going on the outside. You're cultivating a connection to the conditions that are happening within and what is allowing those conditions. And that's what we'll dive into today. What is setting up those conditions? And we're going to use numbers as a way to guide us through the energy centers of the body. So we're going to be looking at today's date. Now, you'll be getting this on the 3rd of August. So now we're in the vibratory field, continuing our embodiment of the moon's movement and cycles through the yearly cycle of the earth traveling around the sun. We have these phases that are called months or moons, like these moon cycles. And so activating awareness of these moon cycles, we've been looking to embody the energy centers of the body. So you have these centers called chakras, and these centers are very influential on the way you experience consciousness. That shows up as the experience of life and how you interact with the emotions, how you respond to experiences, how are you interacting with the inspirations from within or the circumstances that press upon your sensory awareness and create a reaction inside you. What is the way to walk in balance? and set up those conditions for peace. I found that numbers are a way to understand the language of the universe and how to respond. Like we are traveling through the months of the year and associating the first energy center. Let's go through it. The first energy center, which is more about identity, patience, being, how are you interacting with your identity as a being that is having an experience of life, the play of identity, how that identity feels to you. Are you patient with your identity or the expressive identities of others that comes and radiates through their personality? All of this play brings about a call for patience rather than judgments, which is kind of the, if you were to say, the negative aspects of that energy center. But flowing through it swiftly, just to have a sense of this, these different views of consciousness. Then we come into the second energy center, 1+1. And now we have this duality, and then we can create. There's something we are inspired, and then we can experience a field through which we can manifest an experience. We get an inspiration to plant some flowers, and then now we get a chance to experience the energy of the flowers, the plants, and the soil, and interacting with these things. Like my family together planted a fig tree, which is a tree my mother really enjoys. And again, creating memories, right? So yesterday, as the 1st of August, now you'll be getting this on the 3rd, but I'm recording this on the 2nd, so that's why you hear me say yesterday. On the 1st was her anniversary of, going to the hospital by ambulance, first time in her life for a medical emergency. So we gathered and planted a tree connected with Mother Earth. Roots, the first chakra is connected to the roots. Second energy center is connected with creativity, right? This duality allows us to create and have an experience. There's an essence with that creativity of relationships. Now it's more than just one. We have a relationship that we can interact with creation and another personality and so on. Then there's the third energy center, 1+2. Now there's an awakening of this earthly intuition, that gut feeling, yeah? And we have this ability to assimilate life and a sense of will, yeah, that we can interact with this field. So there's this enthusiasm that can well up in our willpower and the ability to do things, right? Just like the digestive system is a metaphor and an area that is governed by this third energy center. So there's this metaphor of taking in life and being able to utilize what we need and letting go what we don't. Therefore, this earthly intuition, this gut feeling that guides you into the experiences that can reveal a fulfillment, right, of your being here on earth. And then 1+3 is 4. So now we bring that identity with this enthusiasm, and we can drop into this experience of this harmony and love, this interaction with other that brings a deep sense of balance, a sense of self that is very nourishing, yeah? Whether it is with the beauty of nature and feeling the love of that breath that comes in through the heart center where the lungs and the heart reside. So there's this sense of balance as you have the earthly centers, 1-3, and then you go to the heavenly centers, and now we go up to 5, where there's this expression. We get a chance to experience the power of truth, this authenticity that comes through your voice, developing your voice, and how you can now vibrate creation. So now we don't need the physical to interact with to create. There's something about the inspiration, what we've come to say, how we're able to vibrate, that brings another level of experience of the field of life. And then there's the 6th, 1+5. And now here's where that heavenly intuition comes. And we get a chance to see, an infinite picture of what has the opportunity to be created, not just responding with that earthly intuition from the signals that are coming from the field, but there's beyond the physical, there's the heavenly signals that have to do with a deeper fulfillment, a deeper connection to our soul's mission, a deeper connection to these non-physical aspects of who we are. And then the 1+6 initiates the opening and awakening of the 7, the 7th energy center, where now our human and higher self are one and in harmony with each other. So our physical experiences, our stories enlighten us to our abilities to create a heavenly purpose on earth. And therefore, we're not just bound by the physical stories and navigating with the physical intuition. It's in harmony with the heavenly intuition, and we create from a higher vibrational place. And then we step into the 8th energy center outside the body, and now there's a sense of divine love, meaning we're no longer in the interaction with love through another or an activity, but there's this sense of what we have learned along the way of loving and appreciating and being grateful for this life we're given. We have these signals and patterns of knowing what they are for, and the lessons we learned now reveal the skills that we have to be in that divine balance, right? That compassion, where we no longer react to someone else's pain or our own, or the repetitive pattern of pain that shows up as suffering. Now we can have that sense of compassion, and we can listen to the inspiration that brings us into the skilled response that is an answer to the call of suffering, answer to the call to create a higher vibrational way of living. And then the 8+1 brings us to this sense of awareness of the field's intelligence. So as we will look at the numbers, this is a sense of activating our awareness of the field's intelligence, the intelligence of life that speaks to us through these numbers. So we're going to go to the numbers. We're going to associate them with our energy centers. So I'm going to share my screen and go to the whiteboard. Right, so we're going into these numbers and relate them to our energy centers. So let's create a little diagram. Right. Okay. Cool. So as we go through the numbers of the day, we're looking at how we are being guided with this childlike curiosity, remembering that the ancients would use the numbers to inform them. They would use the patterns of the stars to inform them about what to do when, and this is the way we're going to look at it. All right, so we have, we have 8 and 9 outside the aura. And our crown, we have 7. And the brow center, give a little smile because it's a beautiful day. And we have our brow center, that's 6. And then we have our 5th. And of course the 4th. All right, you can see the balancing energy, right? These are the heavenly centers, even in the body, right? And then these are the 3 earthly centers. 2 and 1. So 3, 2, and 1. Okay. Sweet. So today's date would be 8. 3, 20, okay, so that's 13, 22. All right. So that equals 17, right? Because 8 plus 2 is 10, 13. 15, 17, right? So that's interesting how this day is setting up the Lion's Gate, as they're always preparing us. They're always preparing us. And so it becomes an 8-day. And if we consider, let's see if it's on this calendar. If we consider the day of the year, what would it be? Let's see. They give us that. All right. Okay. Let's see how we can locate that. All right. What day of the year is what day of the year is, here we go, 8/3/22. All right, let's see. It is 32nd week, 215th day. All right, let's just write that down. It's the 215th day. Now, the ancients would really count these numbers because they had a lot to do, or have a lot to do, with our neurohormonal system's interaction with the sun and its angles that it explores as we flow from season to season. There's certain physiological responses that our body has to the flow of the sun. So this is why we're saying with our topic today, which I may as well reveal, that we're tapping in here to the power of cycles. So we now know how to navigate through the emotional responses that are natural when there is a mass conscious interpretation of events that are affecting our financial system, our political systems, our social systems, our medical systems, and how basically we are going to take responsibility really for ourselves as we interact with this system, rather than just relying on it and expecting it to be there. What are our responsibilities? And what I found is when you dive into the responsibility to taking care of yourself, then the inspiration, intuition, and synchronicity begins to show up. And you know you're not only supplied by the society that you participate in, that there's also a greater connection to resources and abundance that's available to you. And that's what these immersions are about, and the challenges that are coming up that you're going to be getting an email about within the next 2 days. Okay, so here we are. It's the 215th day, right? So if we add that up, isn't that interesting, family? You can see it. I always love numbers. You can see it. That is an 8. So we are really being prepared for this Lion's Gate, right? So we're leading into it in the eighth month. So what is this telling us, right? We were just talking about really honing in on the skills, right? So this is that, I'm just going to write this down, that divine love. Right? That divine love. I'm just going to make a symbol of love if you don't mind. That divine love. And what is this saying? Right? Just looking at that, right? Just looking at that. We're going to dive into this deeper when we get to the immersion, but there's so many revelations. This is my first time doing it, but this is why I love being with numbers, is because it just begins to reveal exactly what's going on, exactly what's going on, so that there is a way to know how to interact with the energies that are coming your way. So let's stick with these 8s for a moment. Now, we know it when you put 8 on its side, it is the symbol of infinity, right? It is the symbol of infinity. So here, there's an indication that we are, if we consider there's no separation, we're reading these numbers and talking about these meanings, the energy centers in the body, but there's no separation. This is, boom, an embodiment of what we are. Now, we'll do a little bit of a breathing practice to tap in so that you can continue that on throughout the week and really go into your breathing practice to know that you are connecting to this infinite energy that is this cycle, right, of inhale and exhale, the flow of your blood, the flow of your lymphatic system, the flow of the nervous system and its interaction with the sun's interaction with other stars, central sun. Like there's this system that is connected. When you see that infinity symbol, is letting us know that there's no separation. So to experience the financial system and what is the stories that are being told about it is as if there's an ending or something that can be destroyed. Sure, it's going to go through its cycles and its ebb and flow of breaking down or transforming and rebuilding, but that is the natural flow of life. So what is taking place, it may be interpreted by mass consciousness in a kind of doomsday way, but we know the numbers of the universe are telling us how to be prepared, right? And even if you look at the 215th day, what does it start out with? Duality. Yeah, so these are the things that we're going to go through in the immersion so that we can have a clear picture of what's going on according to the universe's expression. How can we tune ourselves to the universe's expression and then access the infinite creative potential? So we're going to tap into that a little bit right now. But just to recap, the essence of this message is to continue what our theme is here overall with any of the spiritual empowerment coaching that I share with you, or as it's evolving into energy being training. The first acknowledgement is the label that we accept. We are energy beings. Evolving beyond human, your superhuman self is an energy being. And it's time to embody that so you can receive all of the blessings that has been prepared for you for this moment. Yeah. Go to 23rd Psalm and just read through it. It is a constant affirmation. Take out the personal pronouns if that, ruffles your feathers. Sometimes it does mine. And just allow it to be the metaphor that it's intended to be about the field of creation. Read through it. As a matter of fact, that's your soul mission. Okay. So the sense that we're being prepared for the eight Lions Gate, right? We're being prepared for it right now. Here it is. Look at it. Powerful. Okay. So let's drop into a little breathing exercise before we part from each other. And this is just to begin to tune into the vision of your life. And as we tune out from this breathing practice, I want you to step into a little bit of writing and just begin to consider, how can I use this energy of my life to serve the mission of my soul? And just listen. We'll drop deeper into these questions as well, but just listen, see what you hear. All right, so let's go ahead and tune in. Pressing the palms together, go ahead and experience that pressure and your utilization of that pressure. We're going to simply tune in with 3 ohms, OM, which is kind of a shorter rendition of AUM. But we just want to open up to that flow, that infinite flow with that O, which is like a medicine wheel, that O, that O right there, that 0, opening up to that flow of creation. Bring it into your heart center. Okay, pressing the palms, inhaling to synchronize ourselves together. Exhale. And inhale to begin. Whoa. Beautiful. Inhale deeply. Hold that breath. Exhale. Bring your hands to the knees. Just a few spinal flexors. Have a sense of opening up your central column. Inhaling the pelvis forward. Exhale onto the tailbone. Exhale back. All in and out the nose. Focus on the movement of the hips. Now really feel the breath, feel the movement of the pelvis, feel the balance between the inhale and the exhale. Remember, we're preparing for the equinox, the fall equinox, so really feel the balance. Begin to tune yourself to the balance of the inhale and the exhale. Now, if it's available to you, there's no pressure due to your moon time or any pregnancy or any uncomfortable abdominal issues. Let's increase the pace. Keep the balance between the inhale and exhale. Make it more fervent, more energized. Can you notice in your area the shift in the days? Is it getting darker earlier? You notice the shift. The sun is letting us know it's time to shift. Inhale nice and tall. Feel the crown and the stars connected to the source of your breath. Draw the navel point in and up. Draw up the pelvic floor. Tuck in the chin. Gentle cannon breath out the mouth. Allow the breath to relax in and out the nose. Allow yourself to drop into that long, deep breath. Just bringing the energy up. We're going to shrug the shoulders. Inhale up towards the ears. Exhale down. Really feel the fall of the shoulders and the shoulder blades dropping down the spine. Hear the mantra if you want to deepen. Inhaling Sat, exhale Nam. Feel it internally. Being with the flow of the mantra is another way to be with the cycle of creation, the flow and the pulse of the wave of sound. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Inhale to the ears. Feel an opening of the spine, opening of the lungs. Hold, lift the muscles of the pelvic floor. Draw the navel point in and up. Feel the vibrational energy flow throughout the body. Every cell begin to glow like the sun. Relax the shoulders down. Exhale out the mouth. And breathe normally, but begin to slowly rock the shoulders forward and back. Feel how it connects to your core muscles. Feel how it connects to your hips. It allows you to create this movement. Now bring your breath into a coordinated flow with the movement, your own creative way. Connecting movement with breath. And settle into center. Long, deep breath in the nose. Exhale, mouth. Our last breath, exploring the cycles. Inhale, mouth. Exhale, nose. Inhaling nose as you connect index finger and thumb, palms face up. Exhale, mouth. Inhale, mouth. Exhale, nose. Last cycle, inhaling nose. Hold at the top, lift muscles of the pelvic floor. Exhaling, mouth. Hold the breath out, lift muscles of the pelvic floor. And last, inhale through the mouth. Hold at the top, lift muscles of the pelvic floor. Draw the navel point in and up, tuck in the chin. Sip a little air. Hold. Feel every cell begin to glisten, sparkle, and glow like little suns, as if you look inside and it's feeling of looking at the night sky in the desert, or a place where there's no street lights. You look into the darkness within and you see the sparkling suns of your cells, and you begin to become luminous as you exhale out the mouth. Stay with a long, deep inhale now. I'm going to do a little recap. I'm going to pray out, and you're going to go into your writing. So we're using the breath to tap into the cycles of creation. We also explored the numbers that were revealing to us, right? Revealing to us the power that is being expressed right now. Unless you look deeper, you will not find it. So that's a message right there. Like a young woman my daughter asked, who showed someone a huge crystal, and we had been digging all day. We were really happy with the crystals we were finding. They were quite small, but sparkly and very defined and formed perfectly, and we thought we were doing great until my daughter saw this couple who rode in with us and what they found, which was a very palm size crystal, very well formed and defined. And my daughter, first time I ever saw it, she went up to them and asked, "Where did you find that? And how did you find it? And what did you do?" And she said, "You got to dig deeper than anyone else." So when it comes to your life and your journey, I explore the numbers. Maybe it's something else for you. Maybe it's tea leaves. Maybe it's just simply diving deeper into breathing exercises, and there's a sense of revelation, intuition, inspiration that flows for you. Today we were informed by the numbers to go deeper into our infinite nature. The day on Wednesday, the 3rd of August, will be the 215th day according to Google. As I look at it, August 3rd, 215th day of the year. Uh, and then there are 150 days left. Yeah. So the message is to go deeper. Therefore, all of the stimulus going on with all of the reports about what's happening in our world, we're getting the message here to go deeper within. So use your time for writing, and join us as you use your time. Well, let me finish that thought. Use your time for writing to go into the vision of your life. Really listen and feel. Ask that question. Prime your brain. How can I use this energy I'm experiencing in my life to serve my soul's mission? Yeah, because your soul is that representative of your infinite nature. Tuning into that with that question, tuning into it in that way, and then just listening and writing. So continue breathing for a little longer and just ask the question and just be still. Maybe something will come, maybe it won't. But continue to occupy that space doing your practice, and then just sit still and listen. Yeah. So we'll go into those other questions. You often hear me talk about the accompanying questions that go along with that first one, but just dive into that as we are in this infinite energy time that's preparing us for that, what they call the Lion's Gate. You can research that on YouTube. So beautiful. Thank you for being here. Thank you for taking time to listen to this and invest in yourself. Again, Sunday, 5 a.m. Pacific Standard Time, we'll continue our solar breath immersion series and dive deeper into those numbers as it associates to how we are to conduct ourselves as infinite energy beings and access that creativity, setting up the conditions so that we can really experience balance and all of the expressions that unfold within that balance. Yeah. And as the oracles that I had the beautiful chance to be with that were coming to heal up from the label of addiction when I was at Passages Addiction Care Center, they revealed the importance of having peace of mind. So I go into this prayer for us as you press your palms together. Thank you for this time together. Thank you for allowing us the window into creation that allows us to know who we are, know how to operate, and know how to thrive moment to moment, and let go of the labels that are projected onto this time by others. Thank you for the energy that comes to protect us and take care of us. Thank you for the flowing waters that are emerging. Thank you for the inspiration that flows, that keeps my mind, our mind, focused on these waters that are flowing to take care of us, and the opportunities to gather seeds and plant, even if it's in a pot on our windowsill. Thank you for this opportunity to step into our abilities to thrive and flourish from the abundant source of energy that feeds us, this life force and consciousness. So we ask this radiate out to all our family and all our relations, and peace dwells in every household, and every being has the opportunity to create a sanctuary that brings them the safety and nourishing comfort to produce answers and solutions to the problems we face. and the problems they face. We ask this for all our family and all our relations. Ashe, ashe, ashe. So it is. Ahom Takwasi for all our relations. Satnam. Let the truth of our identity flow. All right, family. Namaste. I'm connecting with that high vibration within you. Magnificent being. We will connect this Sunday and continue to flow and create. Keep creating a beautiful life. And we'll meet on the road somewhere, some way. Until the next time, one love.